Chase.
PIAA Class 4A Boys Basketball Championship. Tonight's matchup, the Norristown Eagles and the Clippers of Chester High School. Good evening, everyone, and welcome back. It's the nightcap, and it's the crowning game of this basketball weekend here on the Pennsylvania Cable Network. It's the Boys Quad A Championship, and two teams pretty close to one another on the state map. It's the Chester Clippers and the Norristown Eagles, two teams, both of whom are coming out of District 1, both of whom sport 32-1 records coming into tonight's basketball game. My name is Bob McCool. To my left is Gary Sutton. To my right is Steve Bowen. And as we take a look at these two teams, we'll start with the Norristown Eagles. And Steve Bowen, Khalif Wyatt is a kid that not a lot of people around the state of Pennsylvania know coming in tonight. Very well might know a lot about him before this is all said and done.
Yeah, absolutely. He's kind of the straw that stirs the drink. Great outside shooter, but also a really strong player when he has the ball in his hands, and expect to see that a lot. And when we take a look at the Chester coach, or at the Norristown coach, Mike Evans, he understands everything about this particular matchup, because they see each other so often. You know, when you can take the bus, and I mean the bus for 35 cents to go scout the other team, that's a good thing. He said they're gonna do what they do normally. They've played against Chester before, and he says that's a huge advantage in this game. He said a lot of times when you play in a playoff game, you're not familiar with your opponent. You only have a couple days to scout them. They know what to expect. They know what works against them. So look for Norristown to come out and I think really attack Chester and try and do what they do best.
We take a look at the road to Penn State University for the Norristown Eagles, and I'll save you the trouble of doing the math. If you add up and if you divide the four opponents' average scores, 45.6 points per game is what they're giving up defensively on the road here to Penn State University.
And that regional final against Moon, that was a game that I think John or Coach Mike Evans thought was an absolute bellwether for his team. He said they knew that they could play in this arena, in this game, against this opponent when they handled Moon so well.
I asked Mike Evans before this basketball game whether or not they're happy to be playing Chester and Gary Sutton. He said, we are thrilled that we're playing Chester. We'll see if that comes back to bite him. The guy that is the stir that stores the drink on the other side is the guy who's the smallest player on the floor, but without a doubt, he's got the biggest heart in Karon Burton.
Karon Burton's an outstanding point guard. He really makes it go. Everything goes through him. You hear a lot about Nasir Robinson going to Pitt next year. He's a great player. But Karon Burton, a guy that's averaging 17.6 points a game. He's had some big games recently. He's a guy that can penetrate. You know, when you talk about Chester, though, you always talk about balance and scoring, and any of their players can pop up and have a big night at any time. And one of the guys who's been the architect of this program for 14 years now, 330 and 89, is Fred Pickett. And I'll tell you, one of the great, nice guys, good teachers, and outstanding coaches, always a wonderful smile on his face. And you see him right there. He's 2-2 in state championship games. They lost here in a tough one last year with Shenley, a well-played game. And they're back for their 5th try under his tutelage here to try to get another one tonight. And their road here, again, one that was rather interesting along the way, to beat a tough Williamsport team by 8, Harrisburg by 10, always a tough out, Penwood by 8, and then Pennsbury, another team from down their district, 75-64, another good club. So they have had to travel a tough road to get into this championship game once again. But they're looking forward, I think, to playing a Norristown team tonight that they handled by 14 earlier, but you can throw that game out the window because this is for gold medal in the state championship of Pennsylvania.
It was a 61-47 victory in that game. There we're talking about. There's the location of these two teams. So Norristown, by virtue of being about, maybe 10 miles west of Chester, the reality of it is the way the whole thing is set up, that now Norristown, by being the District 1 runner-up to Chester, ends up being bounced into what is considered the western half of the bracket. They had to go a little bit further on the road for some of their basketball games, but they have made their way here to the middle of the state of Pennsylvania. University Park, the site for tonight's Quad A championship game. Chester 32-1, Norristown 32-1. We'll meet you, set you up with the rest of the starting lineups for both teams with the PA announcer here at the Bryce Jordan Center.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of the PIAA and the Bryce Jordan Center, we thank you for your attendance and welcome you to the 2008 PIAA Quad A Boys State Basketball Championships between the Eagles of Norristown and the Clippers of Chester. And now, let's meet the starting lineups. For the visiting team, the District 1 runners-up, the Eagles of Norristown. At guard, a 5'8" sophomore, wearing number 1, Sheldon Mayer. At guard, a 6-foot senior, wearing number 4, Russell Graham. Guard, a 6'3" junior, wearing number 5, Khalif Wyatt. At forward, a 6'1" junior, number 32, James Ramsey. And at forward, 6'5" senior, number 33, Quentin Watson. Norristown is Mike Evans.
Norristown. Norristown on your left. Sheldon Meyer, Russell Graham, Khalif Wyatt around the perimeter. James Ramsey, their best man-to-man defender. And Quentin Watson inside for the Clippers. Karon Burton, Kevin Green, Germany in the outside. Rahlir Jefferson, Russell Johnson, Nasir Robinson. 6'5", 6'6", 6'5" across the back line. And they attack the glass, especially on the offensive end. The officials for today's basketball game: David Ruminski, Donald Schaefer, Steve Mueller. 2 District 1 teams in this PIAA final. 3 District 1 officials in this PIAA Quad A final.
I'll tell you what, you're going to see a lot of banging and a lot of running in this game. They're going to let them play, so get ready for the blur to start.
The Chester Clippers are the home team in the white with the orange numbers and the black trim. Norristown, the Eagles, wear the visiting blue with the white numbers as we get set to start things. And it'll be Quentin Watson and Rahlir Jefferson who will step to the center circle and await the toss. Chester, the defending PIAA runner-up, lost to Shenley in this basketball game a year ago. They've waited 365 days to get back here, and here we go. And we are underway in the boys Quad A championship, and the Clippers control the tap. Johnson gives it up on the right side. That's Jefferson at the top of the key. Rahlir Jefferson goes inside. He's going to go to the foul line.
One of the things you're going to see in this game will be a hallmark of both teams is attacking you with the basketball. I mean, they will put it on the floor. You see an example right here. You must stop them. They never stop themselves on either side, but particularly for Chester over the years.
And one of the things that really distinguishes, I think, these 2 teams is that everybody will attack the basket from any point on the court. I mean, we're going to see, you know, big guys, little guys, you name it. There's going to be a lot of bodies in the paint this evening.
Rahlir Jefferson makes 1, and he makes 2. And the Clippers draw first blood, 2-0 Chester. On top of Norristown, the Eagles with their first possession. Here comes the Chester press. 1-2-1-1 pressure. Norristown gets it across half court, double team everywhere.
And they swarm on you at half court as well as full court and get stuff like this to happen.
Gets knocked away from James Ramsey, loose on the floor. Chester, Norristown gets it back. That's Wyatt with the basketball. And right now, Norristown needs to settle things down just a little bit on the offensive end. Russell Graham for the 3, no good. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Sheldon Meyer. It'll go over to Chester.
What Chester does so well is they create new possessions and then cash in on them. So they're going to out-possess you during the game, try to fatigue you, wear you out with that pressure defense. There's never any breathing room against them. You can't ever let up offensively.
Karon Burton takes it across half court, gives it up to Nasir Robinson. Robinson with a good feed inside. The shot by Jefferson is short, and Russell Johnson saves it off of Quentin Watson, and it will stay Chester basketball.
The last time we saw Chester was at the shootout in Villanova, and Russell Johnson was out of the lineup suffering from an ankle injury. Him being back makes them that much tougher underneath.
As Robinson misses the little baby hook in the paint, ball on the floor. Robinson gets it back and saves it to Burton. Burton going to put up the long-range 3, short, and there's the Clippers on the glass, and finally Quentin Watson pulls it away. Quentin Watson at 6'5" goes up high to get that defensive board. Ramsey back the other way, looks for 2, no. Watson's putback is no good. Tipped around again, still loose on the floor, and Norristown pulls it away.
Reversal, an attack with the basketball.
Wyatt dumps it down low. Watson will find an easy one, and he missed it.
Tell you what a great pass, though, from Wyatt down in there.
Back the other way, Kevin Green, Germany for 3, rims out. Long rebound. Finally, Chester runs it down. It's Russell Johnson, and now hustles Sheldon Meyer for the loose basketball.
Look at Burton. He says, okay, let's slow it down. Let's run a little bit of an offense. Open up the middle for me. I'll try to create it a little bit.
Russell Graham on the defensive. Karon Burton, his shot, line drive is short, and Graham pulls away the rebound.
Basically running a spread that time, going 1-1 in the middle.
Khalif Wyatt going to get called for the travel on the extra step. Turnover at Norristown.
It's interesting to see these 2 teams that know each other so well. It seems to be a little jittery at times.
Chester calls the Delaware Valley League their home. They were 6-0 in league play. Norristown calls the Suburban 1 League Continental Conference home. They were 14-0. And Norristown's lone loss was in the District 1 Championship to Chester. Chester's lone loss to St. Benedict's of New Jersey. Both teams among the top 10 in the nation. As Kevin Green, Germany, drains one from the baseline.
Boy, Kevin Green, Germany, with such an effective shot, he's falling away. It's tough to get to him to block it, even though he's a little guy.
Norristown does a good job this time getting it across half court. Tough shot in traffic by James Ramsey. Ball knocked out of bounds. And we will blow the whistle. It's going to be Norristown basketball.
Look at this. See the fall away? Tough to get to him, and he's got great control of it. It's not like you normally teach anyone. You always want to have positive motion. In his case, it works very well. Thank you very much.
First substitution of the basketball game, 6'5" senior Maurice Briggs into the game, and Watson will come out. And Graham puts up this bait little 10-foot jumper that hits back iron. Right now, Norristown having a tough time finding that first bucket. 4-0 Chester. Clippers have the basketball.
Look how far they're spread apart. And spacing them. Looking for a two-man game with Robinson here.
They dump it down low this time. Nasir Robinson off the glass in 2.
And you can see why. Robinson with that drop step. He's headed to Pitt next year. And I'll tell you what, he's a left-hander, but you saw him finish strong with his right there.
Great body control that time. Good aggression towards the hoop.
Khalif Wyatt with the basketball between the circles. Again, trying to calm down his team right now. They find themselves in a 6-0 hole. Sheldon Meyer looks to penetrate, pulls up elbow, off the glass, no good, gets his own rebound, gives it up to Briggs, and while he's off the glass, and finally, Norristown is on the scoreboard.
Great hustle by Mayer that time.
A little wraparound pass, too, to get it inside and the big man to finish.
6-2 Chester as Maurice Briggs off the bench and gets the Norristown Eagles on the scoreboard. And Rahlir Jefferson trying to pull up from the elbow. The foul line comes up too strong.
I don't think that's a shot that Fred Pickett wanted on that play.
Russell Graham back the other way, comes up short on the offense end for Norristown. And here comes Russell Johnson trying to end-to-end, and is taken away by Wyatt. Khalif Wyatt going to go end-to-end on his side, and they're going to call him for a travel, I believe. Yes. Turnover both ways.
Good call with the officials. Just hard to hear his whistle with the noise in this place.
Number 24, Jared Smart. And number 25, Jarrell Gardner.
5'9" senior Jared Smart into the game for Norristown. 6'2" junior Jarrell Gardner into the game as well for the Eagles.
Kind of a sloppy, choppy beginning here to this one.
Norristown trying to find a combination that's going to work if the Eagles fall back into a zone defense.
2-3 zone. Let's see if they hit the seams.
Instead, they'll hit the outside shot is what they do.
That's
As Russell Johnson nails it from the 3 on the wing.
Normally, we talk about getting into offensive rhythm. I'm not sure this game's going to have much of a rhythm because of the way these two teams play.
You kind of wonder how long the 2-3 zone will last. You hit some shots like that, just step right in and very comfortably knock down the 3. Now watch this. As they step in the seams, forget it. You got reach like that and knock it down.
6'3" senior Vontae Shippen into the game. This is a very deep Norristown team. And Mike Evans wants a timeout. 3 minutes, 56 seconds remaining first quarter of play. Chester 9, Norristown 2. And the Eagles will burn a 30-second timeout.
The reason for that timeout, called that time by Mike Evans, was they showed a 1-2-2 three-quarter court, and they weren't going to pick them up till right before the half court. And that caused a lot of problems. They were looking at it and say, what's happening here? They called a timeout. Good timeout to keep the possession and set what you want to do against them.
PCN is the only statewide network covering the PIAA championships. For complete schedule of upcoming sports events, visit the network's website at www.tcntv.com. You're watching the 2008 PIAA basketball championships on the Pennsylvania Cable Network. PCN, only on cable.
And what a lot of coaches like to do here on the other side is, you just called a timeout to get ready for what they were going to do. You now switch back and call something else and totally disrupt that.
And we'll see if Fred Pickett doesn't decide to do it that way. In his 13th season, Fred Pickett, as Gary said, 330 wins, 80 losses. Looking for his 3rd PIAA Quad A championship. This is his 5th final appearance.
And that's exactly what they're doing. They're going to show like a 1-2-2 at half court now. Still haven't crossed.
And now Norristown gets it across half court in the hands of Khalif Wyatt. Get past to the right side to Russell Graham. They're looking down low for Briggs. And instead they get it to the foul line to Shippen, and his pass is taken away. Karon Burton going to pull up 3 right side. Good.
Oh, man. Great break down the far side. Burton gets it. Never thought twice about it. Buried the 3. 12-2. The Clippers are on a roll.
Well, and a great pass that time by Green Germany.
And a foul going to be called on Kevin Green Germany. That'll be the first against the Clippers.
Take a look at this.
I wasn't sure if he could see Burton down the sideline. But boy, got it, caught it.
In the old days, used to fast break for layups. Now you fast break for 3s. You go spot up that 3-point line, and there's the result.
Norristown is trying to keep fresh players in, but number 32, James Ramsey, left the arena. And I'm not sure what's wrong with him, but he left with one of the trainers. I think they're going back to check.
Sheldon Mayer, Quentin Watson back into the game for Norristown. So they have both Watson and Briggs out there at the same time, both at 6'5".
And kind of a weak side cutter. Maybe on the other side, run a cutter through and then dive.
Briggs gets himself up in the air and in trouble. Ball is loose on the floor. Graham picks it up. Scoop shot inside, no good. And the Clippers pull away the rebound.
Here's Burton. He controls everything out there. Reminds him of a boxer. He's always jabbing, jumping back, never in one rhythm, and then making plays like that, but this one doesn't go.
And Briggs pulls away the rebound. He needs somebody to come to his aid. Finally finds Russell Graham, and here comes Norristown. Norristown desperately in need of some points right now. They trail by 10.
You know, when you play against the Clippers of Chester, you feel like you're going out and playing with a swarm of bees. I mean, you really do, because they're just everywhere. I mean, they're constantly all over the place. They just exert themselves, and everything they do is premised on pressure. Pressure on their offense, pressure on their defense, and there's never a let-up point.
And with that pressure on defense, because they are so voracious on the boards, you've got to shoot a good percentage, not a great percentage, but you've got to shoot 42, 43% against them to keep them honest on the boards. Otherwise, they're going to clean up every missed shot.
And they just got bigger because they just went to the bench. They brought in 6'5" senior Mark Morrell. They take out Kevin Green, German. So Karon Burton is out there at 5'9", and everybody else out there in white and orange is 6'4" or taller.
And whatever was wrong with Ramsey, he's back on the floor, which is good news.
Morrell immediately gets called for a foul from behind.
Morrell, the sixth man last time, as Steve said, when we saw Chester earlier against Roman Catholic. Russell Johnson was hurt. Mark Morrell stepped into the starting lineup. He is a big part of what they do. He is their kind of their lunch pail player. And the ball is kicked out of bounds by Rahlir Jefferson on the inbounds pass attempt. There's a good look at Fred Pickett, trying to win the 6th PIAA Quad A championship for the Chester Clippers. They would join Steelton and Lower Marion for the most PIAA gold medals. And a turnover for Norristown as Khalif Wyatt's pass gets thrown out of bounds. That's 5 on the Eagles.
You know, it's amazing. It's their 15th appearance in the final since 1983. As again, you see another turnover there for Norristown. 5 and 9 during that period of time, but 15 appearances since '83. That's incredible.
And Burton with a long-range three drained it. A good 3 feet beyond the top of the key.
The free ball has jetted the Clippers out now to a 15-2 ball.
He is absolutely fearless. Russell Graham with the basketball right now. Burton in the face of Khalif Wyatt. Wyatt looking for his first points on offense for Norristown. He has just a field goal so far. Ball knocked out of bounds. Last touch by Nasir Robinson. It'll stay Norristown basketball.
Funny, you watch Wyatt, who's 6'3", and you watch Burton, who's 5'9". Look at this. Just square up, rain down.
Russell Graham with the inbounds play. And now Burton guards Russell Graham. And Nasir Robinson switches over on Wyatt. Graham takes it to the hole, high off the glass, too high. And Robinson clears the rebound ahead to Burton. Karon Burton will lay it home. 8 points now for Karon Burton. And another timeout for Norristown.
With the height inside, they can afford to release Burton right away. And that time he was 3/4 of the way down the floor when the pass was made.
And with 1:38 remaining in the first quarter, it's all Chester early. And Norristown burns the timeout. 17-2 Chester when we come back.
A lot of times when a team shoots well, you wonder if it's a chicken or egg, which came first, the good defense or the good shot selection. With Chester, it's always the good defense. They're 6 of 8 from the field in the last 4 minutes, most of it predicated off their defense.
Karon Burton with 8 points now for Chester to lead the way. Drains a couple threes and scores in transition. Nasir Robinson almost came up with a steal, but it'll stay Norristown basketball.
The thing is, it's not just off steals, it's also off bad shots, rush shots, forced shots, getting the rebound and getting out and running.
And Karon Burton and Russell Graham get a little jawing. That won't be the last time that happens before this night's over.
Burton just reminds you of like a little dog with the heart of a big dog, and he's just coming after you. I mean that in the most complimentary way.
And he's going to get technical right now. The official warned him, and he went right back at it.
Yeah, he's been chattering a lot here.
And so Karon Burton just gets teed up. That'll be his first. And the team's third. And Russell Graham will get an opportunity to shoot 2 foul shots with nobody in his face.
You saw the official walking over there to Fred Pickett. He's saying right here, he's going like this. He's yapping.
And again, the official came over, warned him, and Karon Burton went right back at it.
Like I said, tough little dog, but you know, every now and then you got to slap a dog in the nose to get it to stop yapping.
Russell Graham makes the first. Graham averages 13 points per game for the Eagles.
Burton still over talking to the official, pleading his case. And the official looking straight ahead. When they're looking straight ahead, get out of town. You don't want to be chatting much longer.
And so Norristown, we're now inbound at half court as the Eagles get it a little bit closer. It's 17-4.
First part on that, it also counts as a personal foul.
Yep. And also Bramble goes behind the back to get away from Burton. Pulls up at the foul line, no good. And Johnson clears the rebound and pushes it up ahead. Robinson to Burton. And Burton will wait, bring it out, restart the offense.
Back to the 2-3 zone now for Norristown.
The Clippers trying to shoot over it, they go inside on it, and they dump it inside, and Mark Burrell gets fouled.
You talk about good coaching, and you talk about Fred Pickett. And right there, watch Fred Pickett. He's working right now with his little point guard. He said, that's your way. Okay, you came back out, you set the offense. Watch this. Inside, quick spin right to the guy sliding down the lane. That's high-low basketball at the very best.
Russell Graham gets whistled for the foul. He'll send Mark Burrell to the foul line and shoot two. Wins off the first one.
You know, Bob, that's one of the things that I've really loved over the years about Chester basketball, watching it. It's team basketball. It really is. You might say, well, they do a lot of driving, and so it's team basketball. They see the open man is getting hit.
And I talked with Fred Pickett at length before this basketball game about this team, and I asked him the tough question that I really don't like to ask, which is this your best team? And he said, I'll tell you what, it's been my most tested team. As Chester going to call a timeout to save possession, falling out of bounds. He said, I've tested this team more than I've tested anybody else with the schedule we play. And they've played teams all over the country to test this basketball team at 32-1. They're right back here at the state final.
Well, and when you look at their record, we'll take a look at the three-point shooting here. This has a lot to do with this 13-point lead.
There's Burton on the fast break, finishing it off. And there's Burton at the top of the key. Best look at the house. Yep, same thing. 9 points off threes here in the first quarter.
But, Bob, you talk about testing the team. A lot of people think that they're flashy, and offensively they may be. But if you don't buy into what Fred Pickett teaches on defense, you're not going to play for this team. Really, everything is predicated on defense. I don't think that there's and I've used fierce and ferocious, and I don't know another word that aptly describes it. But they just get after it on the defensive end.
And Norristown doing the same thing right now as Khalif Wyatt knocks it loose and gets his first field goal.
Nice job by Wyatt, sticking with it. He got his hand on the ball, stayed right after it, finished it off.
A little mini run for the Eagles as they scored 4 straight, make it 17-6. As we turn inside the final 45 seconds. Really a turnover for Chester. They dump it down low. Johnson misses, gets his own rebound. Trying to go right back up with him. He's going to go to the foul line. Good work inside by Russell Johnson.
Johnson with some great head and shoulder faking there to create the shot and get the foul.
Foul is called on Quentin Watson. That's his second.
This is as vocal a crowd as we've had all weekend long.
Chester always comes with a punch. Norristown has come with a punch as well.
It's also by far and away the biggest crowd we've had this weekend.
Yeah, that's a good one.
As you would expect before a game. It's the granddaddy of the weekend.
Again, these two teams met in the District 1 final, won by Chester 61-47. And just to give you an idea, people know that District 1 is some of the best basketball played in the state of Pennsylvania. It's a 7th straight District 1 championship for Chester. 18-6 now, Clippers on top as Wyatt looks back door for Graham. Shot blocked by Rahlir Jefferson on the block. Burton's pass over the head of Kevin Green. Germany turn on the Clippers.
Burton just a little too quick. Fred Pickett stands there and says, okay, you had a nice idea in mind. Slow it down. Look at his block.
Nasir Robinson coming from behind and blocking a shot by Russell Graham and controlling it as well.
Rahlir Jefferson pitting it. Getting it out of there.
Again, the 1-2-2 half-court trap for the Clippers.
It just disrupts your offense.
Monte Shipman goes hard to the hole, misses the shot, but it's tipped up and home. I believe it was Briggs who got his hands on it. It was Maurice Briggs who gets the tip in to beat the buzzer. A great first quarter for the Chester Clippers. 8 minutes in of the Quad A Championship here at Penn State University. And the boys Quad A Championship, it's Chester 18, Norristown 8. When we return to the Bryce Jordan Center after this on Pennsylvania's Championship Network, PCN. Alongside Steve Bone and Gary Sutton, my name is Bob McCool. Start of the second quarter in the boys quad A final. Chester 18, Norristown 8. And the Clippers will start with the basketball. That'll be Nasir Robinson, Karon Burton, Kevin Green, Germany, Rahlir Jefferson, and Russell Johnson, the original starting five for the Clippers, out to start period number 2.
Big number in the first quarter. You see there, 3 of 16 for the Eagles. For the Clippers, 6 of 14. That includes 3 for 5 from the three-point line. 60%. That's quite a clip.
Norristown staying in that 2-3 half-court zone defense.
Very active there.
They go with the backdoor look to Rahlir Jefferson, who can't make the fancy move, finish off the fancy move to the basket. Would have been a highlight reel for Jefferson had he finished. Chester staying in a half-court man-to-man defense. Really hounding Khalif Wyatt. Russell Graham looks for help. And a traveling violation coming up as the extra step was taken by Norristown. As James Ramsey will get whistled for the travel.
Just interesting to watch the Clippers and the pride they take in their defense. I mean, defense stokes offense, defense creates offense, and they've used that as their staple for a long time. Look how they're attacking this.
Jefferson to the hole, and he's going to go to the foul line as well.
And most teams are going to say, penetrate, kick opposite, all that against the zone. Not Chester. Penetrate and go to the basket. They've got the athletes who can try to do it and finish it and get to the foul line like this.
We saw Chester earlier against Jeanette. Rahlir Jefferson had a tremendous game, and I was thinking, Gary, you used the term X Factor all throughout the weekend. He might be it, because he's just tremendously active on both boards.
Talking with Fred Pickett for the basketball game, he was the X factor in the victory over Pennsbury. He said his other starters all were in foul trouble, and he needed his underclassmen in Jefferson to step up, and he did just that, helping them beat Pennsbury to get here to the state final. At the foul line, he goes 1 for 2, 3 points for Rahlir Jefferson, and the Clippers' lead is 19-8.
It's a matchup, Burton on Wyatt again. That is quick on quick.
James Ramsey gives it up. Monte Shipman from the foul line, no good. And Nasir Robinson goes high to get the rebound. In transition, the Clippers back the other way. Robinson too strong. Johnson with the rebound, up and home.
There's a combination of everything Chester does. You take a missed shot, you turn it into a fast break, you go inside, you get a layup, you miss it, you get up on the offensive glass, you finish. That's Chester basketball right there.
Khalif Wyatt in traffic, looking for a foul, nothing called. Maurice Briggs pulls away a rebound, it's taken away from him. Chester back the other way. Karon Burton going to lay it up for Robinson off the glass for 2.
I mean, is that unselfish or what? And knowing exactly where your player is. That's a highlight film.
As Nasir Robinson gets his second field goal, Karon Burton on the assist. Makes it 23-8 Chester.
Norristown has got to find a way to get better quality shots out of their offense.
Kevin Green, Germany, going to get called for the foul, and that'll be his second. Got the.
Take a look at this. Knowing right where your player is. Boom. That's just perfect. It's 2-on-1 basketball. Most of us can't do that. Most of our teams can't do that. Chester can.
We'll send James Ramsey to the foul line, looking for his first point of the basketball game. And he gets it at the line. Chester with state championships victories in 1983, 89, 94, 2000, and 2005. Under Fred Pickett, they have been here in 03. A victory in 2000, a loss in 03, a win in 05, and a loss in 07. And here we are again in 08. And it's Chester on top, 23 now to 10.
And that was a shooting foul, shooting a 3. So he's got 3 free throws.
Fred Pickett just took Kevin Green, Germany out of the game. I'll tell you why. He was going to talk to him a little bit. Kevin Green, Germany, after the foul, ran the whole length of the floor down here. Showed up the rest a little bit. And you saw Fred Pickett talk to him and said, hey, I'm going to sit you down for a minute, son.
And Nasir Robinson, Russell Graham with the nice play on defense, knocking it away. It'll be a turnover for the Clippers. So Norristown will get it back. Khalif Wyatt will come back in. With substitution as Jared Smart comes out. So the Clippers with their 5th turnover of this first half will now allow Norristown to inbound. They pin Graham in the corner. Wyatt in the corner and almost force a turnover, but it'll stay Norristown basketball.
There's little Burton down there, anticipating to get coming across to almost get the steal.
Yeah, and not a good place to be trapped against Chester is down in the corner.
Devontae Shippen didn't do Khalif Wyatt any favors by handing it to him in the corner. That's a good look.
There's someone who needs some money.
Russell Graham going to dump it down low to Shippen. Shippen has it blocked out of bounds. Off the bench and immediately making a defensive presence is Brandon Robinson, a 6'7" senior.
Look at this. Robinson from the weak side said, nope, not today.
And we have a substitution at the scores table as Terrell Gardner will check back in for the Eagles. 6'2" junior is Gardner.
Really what you Chester uses constantly is a lot of players. They'll rotate 8, 9, 10 players in on you constantly. Keeps you fresh legs to do what they want to do in really hard spurts. That's been one of the strengths for Norristown this year as well. As they go inside to Gardner, who misses. And away come the Clippers. Burton, outlet pass is tipped out of bounds by Norristown. So it'll stay Chester basketball with 5:42 left first half. We're talking about the numbers regarding Chester. In all their playoff games, 88 and 31.
People will look at the state finals and go, oh, yeah, 5 and 9. Well, that's not that great. But you got to get there to lose it. That's the amazing thing.
88 and 31.
Nice play that time by Khalif Wyatt.
Wyatt just can't get it going on the offensive end. He's a little shaken up as he hits the deck. Burton back to the line. Lays it home for Nasir Robinson.
Big Burton knew where he was again. Robinson says, put it up there, little guy. And the big fella took it home.
Well, we were wondering if the dunks that we saw in the double-A game could be topped, and that one might do it. Long three for Wyatt. Good.
Wow. That should have been a 4. He was standing out there in the PIAA white stripe that's down on the floor. I mean, he's out there a good 25 feet.
I think his heels were in Altoona. I'm not sure about that, but that was a long way from home. But it's now an 11-point game as Wyatt gets his 5th point.
And they say, I'm not so sure we want to play against this 2-3 at the moment. If you do, you better get a high post there because it's wide open there. That's where you got a deal from.
The Clippers going to run a little clock here.
Norristown's going to try to match up a little bit. Here we go.
Pull him out of that defense, and here comes the man-to-man for Norristown. Burton going to seize the moment, pump it inside. It's tipped away and controlled by Norristown. So they get him out of their defense, and Norristown comes up with a turnover. Russell Graham with the basketball. Skip out pass. Ramsey for 3 off the rim. No good. Tipped up. Rolls on the rim. Still loose. Maurice Briggs doing the work on the offensive glass. And a jump ball will be called. Going to stay Eagle basketball. Great hustle by Maurice Briggs. He just couldn't finish it off.
And in spite of this onslaught, Norristown's looked pretty good the last 2 times down the floor running their offense. Being a little bit more patient. There are a lot of ways to attack Chester, and one of them is good ball movement.
Look at this. Here's the move. Great crossover. Throw it up in the air. High flying. Trapeze out.
Inbounds play to the shooter in Khalif Wyatt, but he misses the shot. Tipped out of bounds. Last touch, Norristown.
Taking a look here. Here's number 22 to the game now for Chester. Brandon Robinson, all he is 6'7", senior off the bench. In there battling really hard with Maurice Briggs in that last exchange in the basket.
We are halfway through period number 2 in the boys quad A championship. Chester on top of Norristown by 11 and looking for more. As Burton goes inside, no good. The tip by Robinson, no good. Gets his own rebound and lays it in. Brandon Robinson with his first field goal.
Brandon Robinson, a senior, playing in his last game. He's doing a great job of staying on the glass. Then used the backboard.
Almost slammed it home on the first foul. Got it back, and that time just laid it up and home.
And yet Norristown only down by 13 points. They're still hanging around. Big possession here.
Really need to somehow really try to get Khalif Wyatt on track. Got that long-range 3 a couple of possessions ago.
Russell Graham looking to try to go one-on-one here with Burton.
Screen open instead to the opposite side of the floor to Jared Smart. Now a traveling violation on Maurice Briggs. 9 turnovers now on Norristown.
Try to get to the middle of the floor where they don't have any help side, but still, they constantly are swarming. They help them recover so well that you never really have a clean look. And just as you're about to start, the hole closes.
6'1" senior Mark Collins into the game for Chester for the first time. Wears number 42 in Chester white and orange. Again, we Clippers going to pull that offense out a little bit.
We talked last game about unforced errors. I'm not sure that there's such a thing against Chester because they are so active defensively.
Nasir Robinson with a wraparound pass inside up off the glass for Mark Collins.
How good is that? Robinson made the two baseline guys commit, but opposite for the easy layup.
29-14 is our score. Chester's lead back up to 15 points. And quickly Norristown able to score inside. Jared Smart who got the field goal. Now foul going to be called on the opposite end. Now on Norristown. Will be on Russell Graham. That's his second.
Number 4, Russell Graham, his second, team's fifth. At the line for Chester, number 1.
See Burton more than the line, a 74% free throw shooter.
First one is good. 9 points now for Karon Burton. Again, leading scorer on the season at 17.8. Nasir Robinson right on his heels at 16.1. Sheldon Meyer comes back into the game for Norristown.
Well, Norristown's got some pretty good history, too. They've been to the state championship 4 times, but they haven't won one of these since 48. Their last visit here was in 1976.
Norristown winning it in 48 over Ford City. Game played at the Palestra in Philadelphia. Karon Burton looks for the steal, but can't. Yes, he does save it in bounds, and he's going to end up getting it back. Great hustle by Karon Burton.
Wow.
Holy cow.
He's right. Look at this spread here. He's going to come right at you, try to create.
And loses the handle on it yet again, and Khalif Wyatt scoops it up for Norristown. Oh, block. And Brandon Robinson got the block and his back right against the center. With a spin, Robinson with a finish.
Robinson blocked it, started it, and Robinson ended it.
It was Brandon Robinson on the block. It was Nasir Robinson on the score. Karon Burton, the middleman, as he always seems to be. 8 points now for Nasir Robinson, a 17-point lead for Chester at 33-16. And Bonnie's still diving on the floor. And Russell Johnson's doing a job on defense.
Watch this. Here's the block. One Johnson. Brandon starts it. And then here's the finish. Nasir, look at that little spin, 360, and Nasir says, thank you very much for the beautiful pass. I'll put it in from here.
Quentin Watson back into the game for Norristown. Russell Graham gets the inbounds pass. Looking to get away from Karon Burton. Skies over the defense and has a shot blocked. Watson picked it up momentarily. Nasir Robinson stripped it out as a hit out of his hands.
Everywhere you look right now is a Robinson. I haven't seen that kind of good Robinson combination with Franklin Brooks.
It'll stay Norristown basketball. As a good look at the executive director of the PIAA, Brad Cashman, the guys that put on this tournament. A great job and another great weekend here at Penn State University. Quentin Watson is going to get fouled. And I believe it's Brandon Robinson who's going to whistle for the person.
Steve, it's been like watching a defensive clinic so far with Chester, even despite the foul here.
And that's true, but I like the way Norristown is trying to attack it. It's just that they are so long and quick, are the Clippers. And I don't know which they're more of.
There's no way to consistently attack it. That's the problem.
Russell Graham gets it inside as a partially blocked. Ends up back in the hands of Jared Smart, whose shot does not roll home, and the ball tipped out of bounds by Norristown.
The problem when you play in Chester is you got quicks defending you out on the perimeter, and you got bigs waiting for you back there. And you can see Mike Evans over there figuring out, okay, what the heck are we going to do against this?
So Meyer will check back into the game for Norristown as Jared Smart comes out. Right now the Eagles on defense going to go full court man-to-man. And it's knocked away by Watson, who will lay it home for the two. Quentin Watson with the steal and the layup.
Nice hustle by the 6'5" senior, and here comes Burton the other way.
And it's stripped out of his hand momentarily by Meyer. Spins from three-point range off the front of the rim. And Watson skies for a rebound on the other end.
That was not a good shot that time on the part of Burton. It was a little too quick.
And so Norristown now trailing by 15 gets the basketball back.
Steal by Watson. Did a great job at a spin move, easy lay-in. 50% of the equation steal. The other 50% is the finish.
Smart back in. Meyer comes back out. Offensive and defensive substitutions here in the final 63 seconds of the first half. Russell Graham pulling up, baseline from the paint, shot missed, and a reach-in foul going to be called on Norristown as Darrell Gardner will pick up his first.
Where's Nasir Robinson going to war tonight? My goodness, offensively and defensively.
Norristown's Darrell Gardner, his first, team 6.
And substitution back in for Chester is Rahlir Jefferson will come in, and Russell Johnson will come out.
You know, you look at Nasir Robinson, I mean, he's a good-looking kid, but you don't realize how big he plays. I mean, this kid, has some jet propulsion when it comes to getting to the basket, when it comes to getting a rebound. And a great feat defensively. He's been guarding out front all night long and has had no problem keeping his man in check.
He's been the point man on that 1-2-2 half-court trap. Burton dribbling between the circles as we go across inside of 40 seconds. Looks for the dump pass to Brandon Robinson. Couldn't hold on to it. The Clippers turn it over. Back the other way. Norristown shot blocked and a foul called. Blocking foul going to be called. No, offensive foul called against Norristown.
It had to be an offensive foul.
Watch this. This guy's playing it all the way there. That's Robinson. Chest to chest.
Darrell Gardner picks up the foul. His second.
I couldn't believe he hadn't been thinking about making that foul.
That's the 7th-team foul against Norristown, but possession foul does not result in bonus foul shots. As Smart will come out, Mario comes back in. Final 33 seconds of the first half. And a violation as Nasir Robinson stepped into the floor of play on the inbounds pass, and the Clippers will turn it over.
It's either that or I think you had an exchange. There was dead ball, and he moved his pivot foot. You can't move your pivot foot out of bounds, and I think he shuffled his feet.
Actually, I think what happened was that the ball hit the baseline when he threw it in.
The official pointed to the baseline. So we could tell from our angle whether or not he stepped on it or if the ball hit it.
It was A, B, or C.
What is
D,
it?
none of the above.
Here.
Watch this.
That's what it is.
That's what he called.
The pass bounced on the line, so it's a turnover for Chester.
Steve, you get the prize.
Khalif Wyatt's shot comes up short, gets his own rebound. He's immediately double-teamed, and the ball is knocked loose. Chester up ahead. It's Karon Burton. In traffic, is going to go to the foul line. So again, Chester forces the turnover on defense, and at the head of the pack, it's Karon Burton.
We've seen a lot of great point guards on different levels as this tournament's gone along. Never seen anyone as fearless as Karon Burton.
Oh, yeah. Saw it last year, too. He is tough.
Let us know what you think about this year's championship. Send PCN an email at PCNTV@PCNTV.com. Or if you were comment line at 717-730-6004. Karon Burton 2 for 2 at the foul line. He's now got 12 points. And the Clipper lead is 35-18.
When I say that, I mean on this stage, there's certainly Onion Bryant last year for Shenley, an outstanding point guard. He had a good game, just plays differently than Karon Burton does.
Final 7 seconds of the first half. Wyatt looking to get a foul called. He got it.
And Wyatt created that by giving the head and shoulders, then the lean, drew the foul, goes line for 2 with 4.6 seconds to go in the half.
And that's the only way you're going to get off a clean shot against Chester. Go to the foul line when they can't guard you.
Well, and with the lean, I think he showed a little bit of patience with the lean. A lot of times, guys will just try to create that contact. He kind of let it flow to him.
Well, Khalif Wyatt stepping to the foul line makes the first of 2.
Wyatt, good-looking kid. That's a lot. Again, I always look for balance and then the compact shot, trying to do things under control, and Wyatt has all that.
6'3" junior is Khalif Wyatt, averages 16 points per game. This is junior season.
Briggs back into the game for Watson here with the 4.6 seconds to go.
And Kevin Green Germany will come back in, and don't be surprised if that's, if nothing else, an attempt at a three-point shot to beat the buzzer. With 4.6 remaining, Green Germany, the best outside shooter for Chester. Meantime, Wyatt finishing off the 2-shot foul, makes them both 7 points for Khalif Wyatt. Here comes Karon Burton across half court. Can he get off the shot? No, he cannot. As Chester loses the handle on it, the Clippers will turn it over in their final possession. But the first 16 minutes of the boys Quad A championship belongs to the Clippers. We will take a break. We'll come back. Mike Zambelli, Jeff.
Not so much the 2 and the 0, but the 6 and the 10. You want Wyatt to have more touches, more shots, more shots attempted than than I think anybody else on your squad, and they didn't find a way to get him the basketball.
You look at this Norristown team. I mean, my God, they've gone through a wonderful schedule too. They've lost one time, and to who? This club. And so here they are, 6 out of 18 in the first half. That's what you're talking about. With Chester stepping up their defense, and Norristown having a tough time finding enough patience to play against it.
In the first game between these two teams, the District 1 championship again, won by Chester 61-47. Karon Burton had 20. Nasir Robinson 18. Russell Johnson 12. Khalif Wyatt had 21 of Norristown's 47 points. 7 in the first half. Chester starts with the basketball. They find Nasir Robinson. He finds the hole, and he'll go to the foul line as well.
Play with his back to the basket. Watch him get it in low. Two-man game. It's a set play. Now watch it. Fake, baseline, and then come right back with the right hand. Beautiful play to set up. Gave the man the fake baseline, then made the hook.
We saw on that alley-oop dunk to Robinson. Gary, you talked about knowing where your player was by Karon Burton. It just seems that Nas Robinson knows where everybody's at all times, especially when he posts up with the basketball.
37-20 Norristown hole gets to 17. Russell Graham trying to change that with a baseline move. Misses everything. And Russell Johnson pulls away the rebound for the Clippers.
And that's an example of a shot that was taken with Chester's defense in mind as Burton saw an opening and sliced right through to it.
And that's a play that will not make Norristown coach Mike Evans happy. The defense completely broke down, and Karon Burton took advantage of it.
Look at it. Just stop there. Take a look at it. Here's what he sees. That's what he sees. And switching hands over and laying it in.
Well, and a lot of times you see guys who don't take that extra dribble or that extra step. He did to get himself more open. That's an outstanding play.
14 points now for Karon Burton. Leads all scorers. And the Clippers lead by 19.
Sheldon Mayer trying to get something started here. But there's a trap.
And Wyatt has it poked out of his hands by Nasir Robinson. Excuse me, by Rahlir Jefferson.
When you go to the side of the floor against Chester, they trap you. When you're out in the middle, they dog you. When you go to the other side, they trap you again. You better be ready to hit the middle and reverse it quickly when they come to trap you. Somewhere there's got to be someone open. The problem is you better be able to be quick and do it.
Wyatt with a lazy pass. It goes out of bounds, and it'll be a turnover for the Eagles. Their 11th of the game. Turnover column now, surprisingly, is even at 11-11.
Yeah, but of the 11 for Chester, a lot of them are errors of commission, trying to make a play. For Norristown, they seem to be errors of omission.
Good hustle by Sheldon Mayer, but he couldn't save it inbounds. It'll stay Clipper basketball right in front of their bench. Germany with the basketball. Step back jumper for the baseline, no good. Russell Graham has the rebound. Norristown on a 2-on-1 break. Graham going end-to-end with the left hand for two.
Boy, nice job by Graham, too. Getting high up on the glass over the hands of the defender and getting the bucket. The 6-foot senior looking pretty tough on that one.
4 points for Russell Graham. Back to a 17-point difference in favor of Chester. Chester almost turned it over. Nasir Robinson does a good job of catching a bad pass. Green Germany for three.
Boy, Green Germany with a stroke out there. And a good reversal by Robinson again. We talked about it before, Steve. Knowing where everyone is.
Went Watson back the other way with a spin move in traffic for two.
Comes Burton himself the other end of this.
Great pass inside. A block from behind by Watson, but a foul going to be called.
I got to do this for Quentin Watson made a great block there. He might have got it with a body down low, but what a great reaction. Look at the pass from Burton, though. Boom! Watson coming up there. Let's see again if he gets him in the body. Maybe a nudge, but in this game, I don't know if that's a foul.
He's number 3 on Watson, and it sends Rahlir Jefferson to the foul line to shoot 2. He makes the first. 4 points now for Rahlir Jefferson. He averages 10 a game. There's Mike Evans. He played on the last District 1 championship team for Norristown back in 1990.
So what a job he's done this year, huh? 32-1 on his side of the ledger, too. And here's the 1-2-2 trap at half court. What you want to do is either get right down the side or to the middle and opposite. Hit the middle and opposite. So now you don't have a middle. You're done.
Russell Graham trying to get around that double team and a traveling violation.
You've got to have a high post against that. The moment you took the high post out, you were finished. They tried to, there's nowhere to throw. You have to have 2 near outlets, 3 near outlets if you can get it against Chester.
Steve, you were talking for the right adjective. I'll throw one more out there. How about relentless?
Yeah. You know, however however you want to describe it, you know, break out your thesaurus or whatever, but
How about Advil inducing?
yeah, I mean, just constant pressure on both sides. I mean, on both ends.
Karon Burton with a pretty reverse layup right down the middle, and the Clippers have their largest lead at 21. 16 points now for Karon Burton. Great feed by Wyatt, and Maurice Briggs will slam it home.
Oh, Wyatt made a wonderful no-look pass right through two players and fed the man for the easy layup.
Maurice Briggs now with 6 points. And a blocking foul going to be called against Norristown. Briggs will get whistled for the foul. Russell Johnson draws the contact.
Good credit to Briggs, who was trying to take the charge. Probably just started to fall before the contact came, and that's where the official made the block call.
So we'll send Russell Johnson to the foul line for the second time. He's one.
Russell Johnson, a 76% free throw shooter of the season.
Talking about Nasir Robinson, we mentioned that he had committed to Pittsburgh last year, actually very early in his junior season. Russell Johnson now starting to get some looks from some of the smaller Division I schools, and Karon Burton's stock continues to rise. Most people thought he'd probably end up at Division II because of his size, but now the Division I schools are starting to take a look at the 5'9" senior Karon Burton.
How can you not?
Maurice Briggs, the recipient of another good pass from Khalif Wyatt for 2 more.
Now you're going to see the Norristown is 32-1 this year. They're starting to get into a little bit of a flow now.
They still trail by 18 at 46-28.
There's a spread. Trying to come hard.
Nasir Robinson.
Robinson up an option the whole time.
Green Germany for 3, good.
Now there you go. In and out basketball. Hit the post, reverse on the opposite side against the zone. And there stands the best shooter on the team waiting for a 3.
He's got 2 threes in this period. He's got 8 points in the basketball game, and a lead back to 21 that quickly for the Clippers at 49-28. Briggs at the top. Gives it up to Wyatt. Wyatt is still looking for his first shot in this third quarter. And nearly a turnover, but it's going to be a kick ball instead against the Clippers.
I mean, I've seen Karon Burton now 5 times, and I'm trying to understand someone. If there's a coach that needs a point guard, why wouldn't you offer him a scholarship?
It's not like he's not going to come and play hard for him. That's for sure. Graham left wide open, and Russell Graham buries the 3.
You see a little bit more rhythm in the game. Each passing possession, Graham gets the ball reversal, buries the 3.
And there he gets quick whistle for a foul after the inbounds pass. That'll be his 3rd. Team foul number 3 here in the third period for the Eagles.
Give some credit to the officials here tonight, too, because there's been some nice little demonstrative looks. And these officials are from District 1. They know the league, they know the play, and they've been very preventative, and they've called a technical where they need to. And other than that, I think they've called an excellent game so far.
That's the 4th against Norristown in this second half. Russell Johnson going in from half court all the way home.
Johnson's been very quiet on the offensive end, but being a great move there.
And nearly a steal, but Graham gets it back. Graham to the hole, block. Once up and again by Maurice Briggs for a tap in.
Good job by Norristown. Playing with a little bit more life now here going to the glass.
Nasir Robinson ahead of the pack, lays it up short. And Briggs hustles back to get the rebound.
There's one explosion, though. Robinson coming up short. One of the only times tonight he has come up short.
Briggs at the foul line, trouble with the basketball. Graham now has it, goes left side. Through a double team. Ball is knocked out of his hands, and here come the Clippers. A 3-on-2. Burton to Johnson for 2.
That's just great basketball. Burton drawing the defender to him, then throwing it right back over his head to Johnson to go in for 2 points.
The Clipper lead back to 20. Fred Pickett wants a timeout.
Look at this. Make the man come in. Back to Johnson, exactly where he was. 2 points, courtesy Mr. Burton. Look at this.
I'm not sure if that was or wasn't a foul. But it walked like a foul and talked like a foul.
Yeah, might have had a foul. But you know what? Might have been a foul yesterday. Might be a foul tomorrow. Tonight, wasn't a foul.
And you know what? It's as good of a show as the Chester Clipper basketball team is. The Chester Clipper cheerleaders are the best show in the state, without a doubt.
Talk about excitement personified. Here it is.
If you're a high school sports fan, you're going to love the Pennsylvania Cable Network coming up next weekend. BCN is the only place you can watch the PIAA Swimming and Diving Championships. If you're looking for high school champions, turn to PCN, Pennsylvania's championship network. It has indeed been a championship weekend. This is the 8th of our basketball games this weekend. In case you're just tuning in and you missed the action, the first one yesterday afternoon, the girls AA went to York Catholic over Northern Cambria. The boys A game went to Sarah Catholic over Prairie Charter. The girls Quad A game last night went to Central Dauphin over Mount Lebanon. And the boys AAA game went to Steel High over Susquehanna Township. Beginning this afternoon, the girls A game, Marion Catholic defeated Mount Alvernia. And the boys AA game, Jeanette beat Strawberry Mansion. The girls AAA game went to Mount St. Joseph's Academy over Mercyhurst Prep. And we are now in the third quarter of the boys Quad A game with Chester on top of Norristown by 20.
That last stat that we saw, 6 of 9 shooting for Norristown here in this quarter, speaks to what Gary talked about. They're getting more comfortable in their offense, finding some things against this tenacious defense. What's the over-under on adjective?
Jeez.
Russell Graham rolls off the screen, had a three, turned it down. It's Wyatt with the basketball with a scoop and score.
Wyatt really moving well with the basketball right now. Takes it hard to the rack. Another lay-in.
His first points of the second half. He's got 9, and the lead back to 18. Right now, Norristown, as we said, looking a little better in offense, but they got to come up with a stop. Can't trade 2 points when you're down by 18. Burton to the hole, to the line. No, way off the bucket. And a foul call against Norristown.
Wow. I mean, we've seen a couple of continuations so far tonight.
So wave off the bucket for Burton and a foul call instead against Jared Smart.
Burton squaring his shoulders. I'm always worried about finishing the play. That's what you love about the little guy. Always worried about finishing the play.
So Chester will inbound. Skip pass in Germany. Comes up short on the 3. Nasir Robinson high for the rebound. And a fresh look. Jefferson pulls up for 2 off the back iron. And Briggs pulls away the rebound for Norristown. Maurice Briggs from 15 feet for 2.
And Norristown struggling now.
Maurice Briggs out of a big third quarter. He's got 8 points in the quarter, 12 on the night.
And all of a sudden, it's back to 16. You say, well, maybe the ship hasn't left down yet. The Clipper ship might be slowing down a little bit.
Karon Burton, a long 3. Go.
Maybe not.
Okay, all right. What in his skill set aren't you going to look for?
It's simple. People are looking at 5'8", 5'9", and saying he's not big enough, but there's without a doubt he's talented enough. And he'll sell tickets, too.
That three-point shot has made the little man. Look at this. Count where he's at. Watch where he takes off of this. I got 22 feet. Boom. 22 feet easy.
I think there was a clock malfunction.
Yeah, the guy sitting there running it probably was still wowing about the three-point shot. Human error.
So it'll be Norristown's basketball at half court as the officials will get it set.
Tell you what, if you can't get some wows in this game, your heart's not working right.
They run 4 seconds off the clock, so it's 1:53 left third period. Chester now back on top by 19. As a good look at Mike Evans, 7th-year head coach for the Norristown Eagle and a graduate of Norristown as well. As I mentioned, his team winning the 1990 District 1 championship. Norristown with a 24-0 regular season. First undefeated regular season for Norristown High School since 1977.
Oh, this little 1-3-1 zone for Chester. Watch how they play it.
Graham with a long 3 of his own, rims out. Monte Shipman's putback no good. Tipped up. Maurice Briggs again on the offensive glass for 2 more.
And Maurice Briggs has really been exerting himself here in the second half pretty well. He's got 8 points in the game now.
Back the other way, Kevin Green, Germany going to go inside, but he'll go to the foul line.
You know, you look at the scoreboard and you see 56-39, you go, you really have to applaud Norristown's effort here in this third quarter. The lead has lengthened, but they've competed in this third quarter against a Clipper team that hasn't let down.
Kevin Green, Germany misses the first of 2 foul shots. The foul for Norristown was on Russell Graham. That's his 4th.
They've gotten more of a rhythm. Excuse me, Bob. They've gotten more of a rhythm, and they've gotten other people involved.
Yep.
And that's what you were talking about at halftime, Steve. They get other people involved, and they're looking for each other. It's not just one-on-one. I missed the shot. Let's go the other direction.
Sheldon Mayer back into the game for Norristown as Graham comes out. Green Germany makes 1 out of 2 at the foul line. 9 points now for Kevin Green Germany. 57-39, Chester on top. Mayer with the basketball and runs into Jefferson, and Rahlir Jefferson going to get called for the foul. It'll be just his first. And the first against Chester in the second half. That's why you hear the cheer across the way for Norristown fans.
We saw him set up in a little soft trap. One of the things that I think makes them so good defensively is they can switch out of a defense so quickly and not skip a beat. And I mean as the play's going on.
Sheldon Mayer comes very close to a backcourt violation. Steps inside the foul line, comes up short. Jefferson with the rebound ahead. Kevin Green Germany, a tough pass and a travel as a result. Credit the defense of James Ramsey to force that turnover.
Yep, Ramsey did a great job anticipating where the pass was going to go and kind of got in the way of Russell Johnson.
1 minute now remain in the third period of this Quad A championship. Big possession coming up for the Norristown Eagles. Khalif Wyatt trying to take matters into his own hand. Going to put up the shot at the top of the key. Rims around, no good. Nasir Robinson hustles for the rebound. Finds an outlet pass. And a 2-on-1 break. And a layup for Nasir Robinson. For Rahlir Jefferson, excuse me.
One-handed selfish basketball. Robinson started to play, and then just good 2-on-1 passing against one at the end.
Russell Johnson will get the assist. Rahlir Jefferson will get the deuce. So it's a 20-point game yet again for Chester. Ramsey on the other side. The foul going to be called against Chester. And it's going to result in a 2-shot foul coming up for Norristown.
Look at this. Robinson starts to play 2-on-1 basketball. Put it away.
So James Ramsey will step to the foul line for Norristown. The foul called on Kevin Green Germany is his third. Ramsey makes the first. James Ramsey, the best man-to-man defensive player for a very good defensive Norristown team.
Burton is leading cheers, and I'll tell you, Fred Pickett's going to get nuts on him in about a second.
There he goes. He's calling him over right now.
Look at this. Look at this.
Fred Pickett's going to tell him, if you want to wave pom-poms, you're on the wrong side.
Fred Pickett, you ought to get a look at this right now. I mean, he is in his face.
And at the meantime, Ramsey goes 2 for 2 at the foul line, makes it 59-41. In favor of Chester, and now a quick foul called. Oh, knocked out of bounds. 2. Foul called on
Chester, number 34.
Russell Johnson. That'll be his first. Team foul number 3 on Chester.
I like what Fred Pickett did there. I like that's a teacher call.
Well, we talked about what about the skill set don't you like about Karon Burton? Maybe his
chatter.
I was going to say more his focus. Sometimes he loses focus on what's going on.
I don't think he loses focus. I think he's very demonstrative, and that doesn't serve him well.
Sheldon Mayer with his first field goal is a third-quarter buzzer beater, and Norristown chipping away just a little bit at this lead for the Chester Clippers. We've got 8 minutes remaining in the boys' Quad A championship. At the end of 3 quarters, it's Chester 59, Norristown 43. We'll take a break and come back with the final 8 minutes right after this on Pennsylvania's Championship Network, PCN.
The guy, number 2, Blue, and I mean, he played a great third quarter, staying on the glass, putting away the dunks, getting up there with the second shot, doing a great job inside, and really exerted himself. He's got 14 points in the game now as a result. As we head to the fourth quarter, Chester up by 16 over Norristown.
Well, what a quarter, 24-23. Chester still extended their lead, and we're extolling the virtues of Norristown getting back into this thing. I think, from a flow point of view, yeah. From an ability to score point of view, yeah. But
well, it looked like more the kind of game you'd expect these two to play.
Yeah.
24-23. I mean, it's a one-point type game.
But there was that quick start by Chester. That's a big difference in this game. Khalif Wyatt misses from 3. And again, Maurice Briggs there to follow it up. Maurice Briggs has been absolutely huge. That's his 16th point.
Boy, and Chester has uncharacteristically gotten a little soft on the defensive glass, because a lot of the reason that Norristown's come back is the ability on second chance points, the offensive rebounds, and the easy putbacks.
Karon Burton will step to the foul line. Burton with 19 points so far in this basketball game. Shooting a one-on-one, and Robinson there for the follow. Norristown never boxed him out, and Robinson made him back.
Robinson is just in on every single play. I mean, he is so focused on the game.
Wyatt has his shot partially blocked. Mayer gets it inside to Briggs, who lays it up and home for 2 more.
Big-time move by Briggs to get across, shielded away the defender of the basket, pump fake, and then put it in off the glass. Nice play again by Briggs.
And a turnover that ends up in the hands of Maurice Briggs. So the Clippers turn it right back. Mayer goes inside, almost has it poked away. And a foul going to be called on Chester. And I believe it's Nasir Robinson who gets called for the foul.
Look right here. Great pass inside from Mayer to Briggs. Ball fake up off the glass. He created that shot right there with his face. And putting a man in motion and creating space.
Team 4. Into the game for Chester, number 2, Kevin Green, Germany. And
Kevin Green, Germany back in. Brandon Robinson will come out for the Clippers. So the original starting 5 out there right now for Chester. Nasir Robinson, Rahlir Jefferson, Russell Johnson, Karon Burton, and Kevin Green, Germany. Norristown will inbound. The man with a hot hand has it right there, and Briggs. That's the guy that'd like to have a hot hand, and Khalif Wyatt. Wyatt trying to take matters in his own hand, but a great feed instead inside, and James Ramsey gets the field goal.
But Wyatt gets the assist in your heart. What a great pass by Wyatt, and has brought his team back to 12 points.
61-49.
And tons of time.
Big defensive stand coming up right now, or perhaps different on the offensive end as Johnson follows the miss by Burton.
You saw Burton getting up on the glass, kind of disappointed that he missed it. A good follow, though, to the glass by Chester.
That ends a 4-point run for the Eagles as Chester knocks it out of bounds. It'll stay Norristown basketball, 6:25 left.
Look, you're going to see Burton here on the last back. He pulls the man back, brings him to him, goes up, lays it up hard. Good follow up there by number 34, Johnson.
And Norristown will burn a timeout with 6:25 remaining in this boys quad A championship. The Eagles within 14 at 63-49. Let us know what you think about this year's championships. Send PCN an email. PCNTV at PCNTV.com. Or your viewer comment line, 717-730-6004. And thanks to everyone involved in today's state finals. And a big thank you as well to the cable companies that carry the Pennsylvania Cable Network, bringing you the sights and sounds of the 2008 PIAA Basketball Championships to millions of Keystone residents.
There's Mayer again. The Briggs we saw it earlier. Ball fake, get up underneath, lay it off the glass. Big fella did it. Now watch Khalif Wyatt. Another good pass. No look. Inside. Finds his man. Number 32, James Ramsey. Uses the basket to shield away the defender. Puts it in on the left-hand side.
That has Norristown back to within 14 at 63-49.
And we didn't see that in the first half. What we saw in the first half was a lot of drives, a lot of quickness, maybe playing too quickly. Now you're seeing the teamwork that really has gotten Norristown to this game this season, Steve.
Well, and I think it is their ability to maintain their attitude on the offensive glass. They've got 29 rebounds. 16 of them are offensive rebounds. Normally, you don't see that. You don't see a Chester team give that up, and that wasn't the case in the first half. They're doing a great job, and Chester's got to get back focused to do what they do on the defensive boards.
And a great job on the inbounds pass. The shot is blocked, and a foul to be called. It'll be Quentin Watson who will go to the line. A great play on set off the inbounds pass.
It's funny, we were looking at the first half, and they actually were ahead in offensive rebounds, 12-9, maybe Norristown, but they were not converting off those offensive rebounds, and Chester was. This half, they're still going to the offensive glass as good or better than Chester, and now they're converting on the offensive glass, which I think makes your point.
Quentin Watson misses the first of 2.
These are important right now. You're going to, clock stop, you get a chance to catch up here. You can't be missing foul shots.
Again, Chester jumped out to a 17-2 lead in this basketball game. Norristown been trying to catch up ever since, and a rebound of the missed shot by James Ramsey. Ramsey has it back on the right side, goes baseline, shot comes up short. And Robinson with the outlet pass to Burton ahead of the pack will lay it up and home.
Boy, and if you want to retrieve some of your want to, look to number 35. He just wheeled his way to get that defensive board, and a great outlet pass.
Nasir Robinson, then getting ahead to Burton, who guarded the ball with his body so well.
Khalif Wyatt pulls up for three off a screen.
Oh, and then a turnover by Chester.
As they give it right back on the inbounds pass from Johnson to Karon Burton. The Clippers turn it over for the unofficial 15th time.
And what was an exclamation point becoming a question mark here for Chester as Norristown with a chance to get it to 11 or 10 here.
Inbounds play underneath their own basket. Comes out high to Maurice Briggs. They can get a hot hand out of Khalif Wyatt. Get him to drain a couple of shots here. Get him in a flow. Look out. James Ramsey puts it on the floor. Ball knocked loose and a foul going to be called.
Again, you're stopping the clock. Get a chance for a couple free shots here, maybe. So you feel Norristown making their move now. A little bit of frustration on the side of Chester. You can see Mike Evans had a nice time meeting him a couple years ago. Just a really solid guy. Another good smile, good guy around the kids.
It would not be a shooting foul. James Ramsey fouled on the floor. The foul was on Kevin Green, Germany, his fourth.
I don't know why there was ever a question whether it was shooting or not.
Yeah. I think Norristown
was just trying to steal an easy two is what I think they were trying to do. Instead, they'll go inside. Quentin Watson misses the shot. Rebound and a traveling violation as Johnson got knocked to the deck.
It's an unfortunate call, but it's the right call.
We'll see it.
Watch him go up. He got hit by his own man.
And that's a travel.
Nasir Robinson and he were both going with the ball at the same time. Good hustle. Can't get mad about that. Just one of those tough plays.
And so Norristown will get the basketball back. Wyatt with a tough three. Rims out, no good. Ball loose on the floor. Chester pulls it away. Here comes Burton. Going to go end to end, lay it back for Johnson for two and a foul.
And I'll tell you what, Burton is so aware. And the other nice thing is his big men are chasing behind. Watch it, stop right there. Here's a big man chasing behind. He's trailing. Here comes Burton. He's looking the whole time. All he's waiting for is this guy to come right here. That's Wyatt. Once he commits, it's over. Now watch this. Just the pass. It's over.
So Russell Johnson attempting to finish up the three-point play, and he does just that. 16 points now for Russell Johnson. And that matches the lead as well. 68-52. Chester back on top by 16.
Back to a 3-2 zone now.
Going to shut down the three-pointer around the perimeter. So they take it inside. Watson has his shot blocked and fouled. Mark Burrell going to call for the foul for Chester. That's his second.
Take a look at the pass here, though. You're finding the weak side of the zone, which is opposite. Great bounce pass. Draw the foul. Norristown looks like a different team here in the second half. They've been quick. They've been efficient. They're operating their offense well. They're finding other people. It's been outstanding.
And Watson back to the foul line to shoot two. Makes this one. Watson now 1 for 3 at the stripe.
Watson on the season only a 51% free throw shooter.
And he goes 2 for 2 on this one. 6 points now for Quentin Watson. It's 68-54. Chester's lead. Reach-in foul going to be called on Khalif Wyatt. And he is first. But it is bonus time for Chester. That's the 9th against Norristown. So it'll be a one-on-one opportunity. Karon Burton already there waiting for everybody to catch up to it.
Well, Wyatt's complaining about that one. And it kind of evened out because he got away with really bodying up against Karon Burton.
The official looking straight ahead. He's not going to look at him. Wyatt pleading his case.
Meantime, Karon Burton gets a one-on-one opportunity for the Clippers. Makes the first. 22 now for Karon Burton. The all-time leader in assists in Chester High School history is Karon Burton. And with 1,200-plus points coming into this afternoon's game, Nasir Robinson is 1,800-plus points. Nasir Robinson, number 2 all-time in Chester history, behind Wilbur Zaneshaw, the all-time leading scorer in Chester with 1,993 points. Nasir Robinson, 1,814 coming into the night. Wyatt with another long three, good.
A big shot by Wyatt. Here comes Burton right away on the attack.
Burton through heavy traffic misses. Ball tipped around. Norristown pulls it away. Out of the pack. Russell Graham going to take it to the hole. Going to go to the foul line instead.
Wow, they are They are absolutely, positively right back into this thing.
Look at this three-pointer. Wyatt out there as far as you can go. Look at that. He said, yep, it was a three. He's out there as far as we've seen the whole tournament, 25 feet that time.
And the Clippers are going to avert a timeout with 4:37 remaining in the basketball game. And Norristown with 2 shots at the foul line to try to get this to a 10-point game.
Fred Pickett says, okay, it's your game to 4 minutes. It's my game now. We're going to start determining what we're going to do here a little bit with the basketball. And it's going to be find the good shot, not the one you want to take. Here you go. Lots of threes this half. There you see Wyatt burying it from the outside. And you come back around, you swing again. Wyatt wide open again on the reversal against the zone. Boom, get another one. And Wyatt says, yeah, I'll help you out, Mr. Referee. It's a three.
15 points for Khalif Wyatt. He's got 3 threes in a basketball game, including those 2 here in the 4th period.
My knees hurt watching that. That's something we can't do right there as guys. It just doesn't happen. That is one of the most entertaining cheerleading groups in the entire state of Pennsylvania, year in and year out. They are really talented.
Absolutely. They are a show in and of themselves. And so Chester with the full timeout. Clippers have 2 left. Norristown has 2 timeouts remaining.
You know, if I was Coach Fred Pickett, every now and then during the huddle, my team seemed down. I'd say, now I just want you to sit down here and watch the cheerleaders. Okay, you come out of the huddle, you'll be all juiced up again, ready to go, because all the energy they bring to the floor.
So after the timeout, Russell Graham steps to the foul line for Norristown to shoot 2. Try to get the Eagles within 10. Gets to single digit. That Norristown crowd across from us is going to go crazy.
Get to single digits, you're going to see Chester get a little bit in between. Should we score? Should we not score? It'll be interesting. Chester has controlled this game right from the beginning, but right now it's a momentary doubt.
Graham misses the first.
This is where you just have to beat all the percentages right now and make sure that you're knocking shots down. Here's Graham for a second effort.
Second one no good as well. Couple of costly misses perhaps. Khalif Wyatt almost comes up with a steal.
Got numbers here. Going to pull it out there.
Johnson looking for help in a double team, and Wyatt took it away. Khalif Wyatt trying to go end-to-end. Another foul going to be called before the shot. And a foul called on Rahlir Jefferson.
Smart play by Jefferson after the turnover. He knew that Wyatt was going to try and take it to the hole. Made sure that he fouled him before the shot.
There you see Wyatt is some kind of strong as a guard. You saw the strike there. He just continued going forward even though he's being fouled.
Khalif Wyatt at the line, one-on-one opportunity, makes the first. He's 3 for 3 now at the line tonight. 16
points in the game for Wyatt.
And here we go with a chance for Wyatt to get it to 17 points personal and 10 points on the scoreboard, and he does. 69-59. Chester's lead is 10.
Got ourselves a game here, ladies and gentlemen. 4:25 to go.
Burton trying to change that. Misses the shot inside. Burrell with the follow. Almost a 3-point play opportunity the other way for Chester. Mark Burrell instead will go to the foul line and shoot 2.
See Burton come to the basket with that little reverse. He made it before. This time he can. And on the other side, he's got some help getting to the glass. Can't convert it, but the foul on the play. And now free throws become very important on this end for number 31, Mark Burrell, a 67% free throw shooter during the year.
That's the 4th on Watson, and Burrell misses the first. So both Russell Graham and Quentin Watson have 4 personals for Norristown. So they're going to have to be careful now with 4 minutes and 19 seconds still remaining in this basketball game. A lot of time.
Norristown is the aggressor right now, too. I mean, they know they've got to do one thing, which is score. They're going to come right at you.
And he misses the second as well. Watson skies for a rebound. Here we go. Can Norristown get it to single digits? They're faithful behind their bench, on their feet. You can see him in the background of your picture.
Set play for Wyatt.
He has it right now. With Jefferson in his face. Wyatt trying to make something happen along the baseline. A bump foul going to be called. Nasir Robinson will get called for the foul. It's 2-shot foul time from here on out for both teams.
Good up and down motion there by Khalif Wyatt to create that foul against Nasir Robinson. He came off a down screen and forced Robinson to foul. Robinson, yep, moving.
I don't know if I'm seeing this right. Is there a little fatigue on Chester's part?
I think they're in between mentalities right now.
Yeah, maybe that's it. It's just,
you know,
there's no energy there on the defensive end, and there was for the first 24 minutes of this game.
Well, I think they were, you know, the bus was leaving town. And as we saw a couple times yesterday, you know, the bus only gets warmed up. It doesn't leave until everybody's on it.
Well, they're a team that feeds off their own energy.
Yeah.
And when you take away that energy, as Norristown has done, as they start to get more aggressive on offense, suddenly Chester's not able to get the steals and get the transition game.
And also when you miss shots, you can't set your defense at the attack point you want. And that's the biggest problem they've had.
And so Norristown has it to within 8 as Wyatt goes 2 for 2 at the line. And here's the defense of Norristown causing problems yet again. Jump ball possession arrow will keep it Chester's.
Well, I'll tell you what, Norristown has gone to war here in the second half.
And the calmest guy in the house is Mike Evans, the head coach for Norristown.
Yeah.
He looks like he's reading a book over there.
He hasn't gotten up one time during the game. He's under control. He says, hey, I know what I'm doing here.
There it is. Great shot.
Think there's a little intensity going on there, though?
The eyes say he's nervous. The body says he's calm.
They're going to spread it out if you're Chester here. All you're looking for are a layup.
Green Germany. Nasir Robinson has his shot blocked, but a foul. Maurice Briggs, I believe, is the one who will get called for the foul. There's Quentin Watson, and that's his fifth.
Pick and roll. There it is. Good pick and roll. Good job coming from the weak side by Briggs.
So Quentin Watson will foul out of the basketball game. The 6'5" senior playing his final high school basketball game. Averages 7.5 a game. Finished tonight with 6. And a big hand from the faithful as he walks to the bench from Norristown.
Now you're at the double bonus. 62% free throw shooter at the line, but a gamer. I always throw those percentages out when you have big players at the end.
Nasir Robinson, 0 for 1 at the line so far tonight. He will shoot 2. As Gary said, it is double bonus time.
I'm trying to remember the last time before this play that Robinson touched it on the offensive end, too, which may have something to do with Chester's ineptitude offensively the last 4 minutes.
Ronte Shipley checks back into the game for Norristown. And Robinson misses the first. The Clippers have now missed 5 in a row at the line. Excuse me, 4 in a row at the line. Make it 5 in a row as Graham skies for the rebound. And now, Norristown, a chance to cut it to within 6 or even 5.
The play called his thumbs down. Let's see what it is. I think that's Wyatt.
And here's his 3. Bang!
Oh, my. Look at Wyatt. Off the pick out front. Set play. Wyatt has pulled his team to within 5.
69-64. Norristown within 5. Burton trying to change that. Misses, but there's Nasir Robinson for the foul.
Burton just put it up on the board there. Robinson coming hard to the glass again. Stretched it back to 7. 3:06 to go.
James Ramsey with the basketball right now for Norristown. And a timeout called as Mike Evans will get up off the bench. He will burn a timeout. It'll be a 30-second timeout for the Eagles with 3 minutes remaining.
We always extol the virtues of getting all sorts of people involved.
Look at his screen. All he needs is just one little sliver of light. Look at that. That is in your face.
But if I'm Mike Evans, I'm thinking I'm calling a play for Wyatt time and time and time again. He is in some sort of a zone.
Here he set the screen. Now he's going to come back here. He's going to set another screen. And watch Wyatt come off in here and just hit the shot. Here he comes. Right off there. Good screen. Bang.
22 points for Khalif Wyatt, 13 of them here in the fourth quarter. We said it in the open. The guy that a lot of people around the state of Pennsylvania didn't know coming in. They'll know him now.
But I'll tell you what, a sweet stroke he has.
He's nailed 4 threes in this game and 3 of them here in this fourth period.
Look at this fourth period. 21-12 so far. The Eagles really coming after the Clippers.
And how about with 3 minutes left in the half? So what they've played, I can do this math, 13 minutes. They've got 44 points in the second half.
So a Norristown team that has gotten here thanks to its defense. Again, 45.6 points per game is what they gave up in this state playoff drive. But tonight, right now in this second half, it's been their offense that's got them back in this game. And they have the basketball on the inbound, trailing by 5 with exactly 3 minutes remaining.
It's coming right back to Wyatt near corner or far corner. Doesn't matter, 1 or 2.
Instead, they penetrate, they finish it off inside to Shipman, who misses. And a rebound and an outlet pass ahead. Kevin Green, Germany, will run it down. He'll find Karon Burton and travel. Karon Burton stutter step and travel.
And what Fred Pickett wants right now is for Karon Burton to make sure he takes the ball back out front and hang on to it a little bit. Burton's trying to do too much too quick at the moment.
So it will be Norristown
Norristown's basketball.
Burton's actually walked 2 more times down the court. They didn't get him the last 2 times on drives. That time they caught him. Here's a 1-2-2 trap.
Russell Graham needs help. Finds it in James Ramsey. Gives it up to Briggs. Briggs with a kick out. Wyatt for 3 more. Good.
Wyatt is riding it right now. They're looking for him there again. It was penetrate middle, throw it out to Wyatt. They're hunting him. You rider, Tootsie Bucks.
And it's now a 4-point game in favor of Chester.
Look at this. The penetrate middle, throw to the corner, wide open, set your feet, bury it.
Karon Burton back the other way for Chester. Gives it up to Kevin Green, Germany. Penetrates down the middle and lays it up. No good. Tapped up and home by Nasir Robinson.
Nasir Robinson right now almost willing this team. He's just on the glass everywhere you look.
He's got the last 6 points for Chester. Wyatt's got the last 10 for Norristown.
Wyatt with the basketball again for 3. This one off balance, no good. And a rebound foul on the rebound, I believe, or they're going to go to the possession hour. Possession hour favors Norristown.
It's funny over here in the 3rd quarter, a couple of Chester fans behind us, they're screaming at Khalif Wyatt, who was standing here at half court. He goes, you better shoot, Khalif. No one else going to. Well, they're not talking right now behind us anymore.
They did go, and it was a jump ball call, so it's a possession arrow to Norristown with 2:04 now remaining. Wyatt on the inbound is Shippen up 2 and a foul. Great job by Shippen to find the open step and get himself a layup.
Just a little baby screen and turn around. He was wide open. Watch this. Watch what he does. Right here he is. He's just wide open. He just kind of turned like he was taking the screen, and he came right back to the ball wide open. Everybody caught him behind him.
And Rahlir Jefferson just picked up his 4th. So Shippen at the foul line to try to finish off a 3-point play. His first points in the basketball game. He missed the foul shot. Nasir Robinson pulls away the rebound. 73-69 our score. Chester on top by 4. Burton takes it across half court. A reach-in foul that he called. No. Palming violation on Karon Burton. 6th turnover in this 4th period for Chester.
And Karon Burton right now playing kind of out of control. Look at this. Yep, got up in the air there and he carried it.
Chester still has 2 timeouts remaining. Norristown 1. Khalif Wyatt now being guarded by Nasir Robinson. Ramsey for 3 off the rim, no good. And a foul going to be called on the rebound. And a grab by Rahlir Jefferson, and that's his 5th. He grabbed the jersey of Vontae Shippen, and Rahlir Jefferson is finished for the night.
Wow. Boy, how things have turned around here in the 2nd half. What a flurry by Norristown to fly back into this game.
So Vontae Shippen back to the foul line to shoot 2 in the double bonus for Norristown. Red Pickett going to use a little bit of an unofficial timeout before he sends a substitute into the game.
Yeah, this is icing time right here.
Here, let's see if we can see the foul. Watch the hands.
Stop right there. See right here. See the hands. I thought there was a push in from behind instead of the box out.
No, here we come. Here comes there was a grab in there.
And I'm sitting there looking at Jefferson. I'm thinking he's boxing out pretty well, getting pushed in from behind.
And so it's Shippen to the foul line to shoot 2. Misses the first.
1:41 to go. Chester by 4. 2-possession game. This becomes a really big free throw. Be one of his games like playing another quarter. Potential.
Shippen makes the 2nd. So 1 out of 2 for Vontae Shippen, 3 points. 73-70 is our score.
1-possession game, and who would have thunk it?
It was all Chester for the first 3.5 quarters. And a great pass from Burton to Brandon Robinson for 2.
How about Brandon Robinson coming off the bench, coming across the baseline. Burton saw him, gunned it to him. 2-possession game for Chester.
1:20 now remaining. Khalif Wyatt looking for a screen. Wyatt long-range 3. Bank it home.
Banks open, ladies and gentlemen. He just made a deposit.
That's his 5th 3 of this 4th quarter. Burton back the other way. Scoop shot and a foul. As Russell Johnson will step to the stripe for Chester.
Wow.
It's your night when you're banking them home from 22 feet.
Look at this. Look at this pass. Here comes Robinson using the glass on the reverse side. Khalif out there. Banks it home. What a finish we have coming down.
Russell Johnson to shoot 2. Foul was on Vontae Shippen. First one is good by Johnson.
That was big. This one's bigger. This makes it again the 2-possession game. It's 1:07 to go here.
17 points now for Russell Johnson. 6'6" senior. Was a starter on that team last year. Burton was a starter. Nasir Robinson, Russell Johnson, and Rahlir Jefferson, all returning starters from a year ago.
Big free throw.
Absolutely big free throws.
77-73 is the score.
Take a look at this three one more time. I mean, this is just, if you're going to shoot it straight on at the basket. Look at this. Bang. I mean, I'll tell you, when you're hot, you're hot.
28 points now for Khalif Wyatt. He's got 6 threes in the game, 5 of them in this fourth quarter.
Start calling him the sheriff out there. He has restored some order for Norristown here in the second half, and is laying down the law from three-point land. Like Wyatt.
This has been absolutely an amazing atmosphere and changing atmospheres throughout this arena. It's just, you know, we've got the Chester fans behind us. They were really loud in the first half, actually for the first 3 quarters. And all of a sudden, this place is absolutely bombs away because of bombs away.
Yeah, I mean, look at this guy. Here it is again. Another one from the corner, Wyatt. I mean, what a show he has put on the second half. And I'm still giggling about the guys behind. I said, you might as well shoot it, Khalif. No one else going to when they were down by 12, 14, 15 points. He's shooting it now.
He's got now, again, 5 threes tonight, now 56 threes on the season. And again, he's a junior.
Now, what you have to do here is not so much think about the threes, think about the first good score, first good look you got.
So Norristown with the basketball, trails by 4. As Russell Graham takes the cross half court, 1 minute remains in the boys quad A championship.
But for other people other than just Khalif Wyatt.
Because now they have Nasir Robinson guarding and face masking.
And Vontae Shippen stutter steps, goes right, goes left, and turns it over.
Too much. Ship it in there in place of Watson. Just a little too much on that one. Wanted to do something to help his team.
So there's now 50 seconds remaining. And really not necessarily yet a situation where Norristown has to commit a foul.
Well, you go from down 16 to down 4. How do you do it? Only the first turnover of the entire fourth quarter.
Well, I don't think the Chester thinks they have enough points to win the game yet.
Russell Johnson to Nasir Robinson. Out front it goes to Green Germany. Karon Burton had a 3, said no. He's going to step inside instead, has a shot partially altered. And Brandon Robinson picks up the loose basketball, and he will go to the foul line.
I got to tell you, I don't think Fred Pickett wanted Karon Burton to take the ball to the rack there for that little dipsy doodle. You look at this. They get lucky. They get lucky. They get the offensive rebound, get fouled on the play on this. But that's not the way you want to do it, and you now stop the clock. This really favors Norristown. You stop the clock, you make a guy make 2 to get to.
So Brandon Robinson to the line to shoot 2, and he missed it.
Otherwise, you're hanging on the ball, you're killing more seconds. You just have 35.3 seconds to go in this game. And a very, very small 2-possession lead.
Karon Burton initially had the wide-open 3, and he played it the smart way. He turned it down, but then he decided to penetrate and go with a pass inside. And Robinson basically working hard on the offensive glass is able to at least go to the foul line.
And you asked earlier, what's his one thing he doesn't do too well? Time to score.
And Brandon Johnson misses them. Brandon Robinson misses them both. Back the other way. Ramsey goes baseline, scores, and he's fouled. Wow. James Ramsey with a strong move to the hole, scores, and he'll go to the line to make it a 3-point play.
Threes come in a lot of different styles like this. Baseline, strong up. Foul on the play by Robinson.
Very strong up.
Actually, they called Russell Johnson 34 on the foul, not Nasir Robinson, so it's his third and not Nasir Robinson's. In the meantime, more importantly right now for Norristown, James Ramsey's at the line to try to make this a 1-point game.
Now, if you're Chester, you're in a situation where, first of all, you better cover the rebound on this shot.
There's none. 10 points for James Ramsey, and it is a 77-76 game and a foul on the inbounds pass. I believe it's Khalif Wyatt they're going to call for the personal. It is. That'll be number 2 on Khalif Wyatt. And now Karon Burton will step to the line and shoot 2.
And the line has not been kind to Chester here in the fourth quarter. 4 of 12.
Well, you got a guy that was playing on great adrenaline in the first half and everything was going right. He's had a tough fourth quarter here. Let's see if Karon Burton steps up to the moment.
He's got 22 tonight. Make it 23.
however this turns out. What a great, gritty, gutsy effort by Norristown. They have just absolutely willed themselves really back into this game.
Asked Mike Evans before this basketball game, are you happy you get a chance at redemption against Chester? He said, our kids are thrilled to be playing.
Oh, well, I'll tell you what. There's 2 big free throws right there. 25 seconds to go now.
A 3-point game.
I think number 5 might be coming up looking to score.
I would imagine he's option 1. He's got the ball in his hands right now with 17 seconds remaining. Looking for somebody to help him out. Graham for 3, no good. Shipman skies for a rebound, and he's going to go to the foul line. Stops the clock with 10.1 left. Vontae Shipman will shoot 2.
And Wyatt was standing right at the top of the key saying, why didn't you hit me?
And Kevin Green, Germany, is going to get whistled for the foul. That's his 5th. So the second starter for Chester fouls out. Rahlir Jefferson already on the bench. Now Kevin Green, Germany, will have to take a seat next to him.
Now he went up to take that shot, and standing back at the top of the key, wide open, was Wyatt.
So Vontae Shipman to the foul line to shoot 2.
What a finish.
Did you say the foul was on Green, Germany?
I thought it was. He's still out on the floor.
Yeah.
But it's a 2-shot foul. Green, Germany, still out there. The scoreboard has him at 4. So my apologies. I thought for sure they said it was 2 Green, Germany. Perhaps it was 22 Brendan Robinson who get called for the foul. That'll be his 3rd.
They took Robinson out of the game. All good free throw shooters in there right now.
Vontae Shipman goes 1 for 2. And so it's 79-77. And a quick foul called against Norristown to stop the clock with 9 seconds remaining.
How about Green, Germany? 84% free throw shooter. 9 seconds to go. You make these 2, it's a 2-possession game. You think it's over. Although the way it's been going this weekend, who knows?
Kevin Green, Germany, 1 for 2 at the foul line tonight, looking for his 10th point.
And Nasir Robinson and Khalif Wyatt. They're talking over there, but I think the talking is friendly talk. I mean, those 2 guys have been chatting all evening, not in a bad way.
I agree.
They got the official involved in the conversation now. Nasir now listening in on the huddle.
That was great. He says, Coach told me to go with you everywhere. I'm doing it.
He might be a future New England Patriot if he keeps that up.
There you go. Doesn't have a camera with him now.
Kevin Green, Germany makes the first and a timeout call. Norristown calls the timeout. That'll be their final timeout. And Kevin Green, Germany, has 1 more foul shot afterwards.
30-second timeout.
Wow, what a weekend.
That was funny.
What a weekend.
Mike Evans called his hot shooter Khalif Wyatt over for one last quick huddle, and Nasir Robinson decided to join them. See if he could pick up a tip or 2 as where the play was going. Because if he couldn't figure out, he's probably going to number 5 anyhow. I want to thank our hosts for this weekend before we get away from this. Of course, that is the PIAA, Brad Cashman, Bob Lombardi, Mark Byers, Melissa Mertz for their hospitality. And of course, the folks here at the Bryce Center at Penn State University for showing us a good time all weekend long. And the high school basketball championships will return to State College in 2009. There is Brad Cashman.
Now, if he makes this shot and anyone gets anywhere near a 3-pointer, you're going to see Fred Pickett learn how to sprint.
This is kind of like the first game of this tournament.
Yep.
For Ari Charter and Sarah Catholic. Get out of the way.
He makes this, you start heading back to Philadelphia.
Germany does make the second.
You get away from it.
9 seconds remaining. It's a 4-point game. All they can do now is make a 3 and hope for a foul. Wyatt has the basketball with 3. He's going to put up the long-range 3 off the back iron. And the Chester Clippers are your 2008 boys PIAA Class Quad A champion. The 6th state championship in the history of the Chester High School Clippers.
In the last, well, from the 5:38 mark of the 3rd quarter, so in the last 13 minutes and 38 seconds, Norristown came back from down 45-24. They outscored Chester 53-36. What a great, great, great effort. What a great comeback. And it made this a really amazing basketball game.
How about the last quarter alone? They went 34-22. Chester getting 22, 34 points in the last quarter. I'll tell you what, Norristown is going to walk out of here. They didn't lose this game. I mean, they lost the game actually in the first half, if you want to look at it. But I'll tell you what, if Mike Evans doesn't walk out of here feeling great about his kids, he's giving them all hugs right now. This was a great championship game with a team coming off the mat against a great basketball team to put this thing right at the end shot and make it absolutely in doubt.
I mean, you got to realize, early on, we thought we were seeing our first blowout of the basketball game. We've had all pretty close contests, including an overtime game in the AA game this afternoon. But this one looked to be an early rout. It's 17-2. Chester came out of the gate like a horse out of the gate in the Kentucky Derby. But the Norristown Eagles, with a second-half flurry, got themselves back in it, and they made Chester work hard. And the Norristown Eagle fans salute their team as well they should, and the Clipper fans salute theirs as well.
See the coaches hugging each other, players hugging each other. Khalif Wyatt clapping over there. Hey, it feels bad not to win the gold, but I'll tell you what, a gold medal effort in the second half. Chester, a gold medal effort in the first half, and then showing some grit coming down the stretch to hold off the hard-charging Eagles.
And a star is born tonight, perhaps, in Khalif Wyatt, who finishes with 28 points.
He was amazing. You know, again, we keep searching for adjectives. I don't know any other way to describe it in the last 13 minutes of this game, because it was his outside shooting that really keyed the comeback. Because those are the kind of shots. You have two kind of shots that are going to fire up the crowd. One's a dunk, one's a three. The dunk works more effectively. But I think to fire up your team, the three-pointer works a lot better, because they can see on the scoreboard exactly what that means.
And so the scoreboard will read Chester 81, Norristown 77. The teams will now line up and they will receive their medals. Norristown will get the silver. Chester will get the gold.
A PIAA championship is a great accomplishment. Now you don't have to wait to get your official championship t-shirt. Lighthouse Sports will be printing championship shirts at the merchandise booth across from Portal 14 following the game tonight, and the winning school's name will be on it. Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for these two outstanding high school basketball teams. Right now, we'd like to congratulate the runners-up from Norristown on an outstanding season. A huge accomplishment to make it to the championship game. And Penn State and the PIAA salute the hard work and dedication of all the coaches, athletes, and staff. Presenting the medals, representing District 1, Mr. Rod Stone and Mr. Randy Ierson, and representatives of the U.S. Marine Corps, Sergeant Anthony Eichler and Sergeant Ray Robinson. First to receive his medal, Sheldon Mayer. Maurice Briggs. Russell Graham. Khalif Wyatt. Paul Savage. Juan Chapman. Lorenzo Christmas. Jaquil Hargrove. Jared Smart. Jarrell Gardner. James Ramsey. Quentin Watson. Vontae Shippen. Manager Bobby Bird. Assistant coach Jim Serator. Assistant coach Barry Callahan. Assistant coach Mike Brower. Assistant coach Julius Mack. Assistant coach, Rowan Watson. Assistant coach, Greg Bates. Assistant head coach, Dana Pinky Johnson. Athletic trainer, Dennis Flynn. Athletic director, Chuck Knowles. And the head coach of the Norristown High School team, Mr. Mike Evans. Ladies and gentlemen, accepting the runner-up trophy on behalf of Norristown, Russell Graham and Vontae Shipman. Ladies and gentlemen, presenting the 2008 PIAA Quad A Boys Champions from Chester High School. Again, presenting the medals from District 1, Rod Stone and Randy Ierson. Manager, Jorge Lopez. Manager, Kendra Childs. Trainer, Ken Santello. And the players, Demir Cruz. Laquan Robinson. Rahlir Jefferson. Jamar Parker. Leron Craig. Mark Burrell. Karon Burton. Mark Collins. Marvin Dukes. Kevin Green, Germany. Russell Johnson. Brandon Robinson. Happy birthday to Nasir Robinson.